Well, I'm Seye, the publisher of City People magazine. City People is a 16-year-old software magazine that started with only um, 16 pages, all black and white color, no color, and then we've since moved on to becoming it's a 76-page paper now that has color and content, rich content in showbiz, lifestyle, and fashion um, stories, basically. Well, my love for journalism started off as a result of the course I studied, because I realized that history is about people, political science is about the politics that we play, and I realized that at the time I was in school, most of the things we were taught in school, one didn't quite see it play out in the society. We studied a lot of topics on um, things that happen around us, and I realized that they didn't quite reflect what was going on. So that gingered my interest in journalism, and I felt, okay, fine, let's start writing about it. So I started writing articles about the ills in society, how we can improve the problems and challenges that we're faced with as a country. And most of the materials I was using were materials that I was I got from the courses I was doing in school, and that was actually how I became a journalist. I started writing articles from when I was in school at Obafemi University. Journalism for me has become a way of life. So I realized that it wasn't for me, it wasn't a job as it were, it was still something that you had to do because you had a passion for it and all that. So when I realized that I needed to raise money to set up City People, I had to sell my mom's Volkswagen, which I took over from her. But unfortunately, I didn't even tell her about that. I just sold it up because I realized that I could get by, and I would apologize. So I just sold it and added the money to what I had, and that was how we started the business. And of course, I had to explain to her after that I had to do what I did and all that. I think has always been funding. Funding has been the biggest problem, and it's still the biggest problem because things are moving at a very fast pace. And at the time I started off, we didn't have enough financial strong capital to start off with. We just started off with a little as low as 2 million, and of course I believe that as we move on, we would raise more funds and all that, and that was so. And that has always been the problem, really, because things just keep moving up, and you are always faced with having to catch up with the cost and inflation and all that. And of course, the other side to it, my biggest joy has always been being able to break stories, being able to be the first to break stories in this sector, and the fact that we have been able to build a brand that is very strong. So, I mean, to the extent that all you just need to do is just mention City People. You don't even need to add the magazine to it. People will know that you're talking about it. So it shows how popular it is, and I mean, it makes one very happy that we're able to make our little mark. We mirror the lifestyles of celebrities all over the country. That was actually the first time that you would have a magazine focusing on celebrities outside Lagos. Before we came in, celebrity, to define who a celebrity was just to look at people making waves in Lagos. But when we came in, we said, oh, we should be able to have celebrities in Ibadan. So we created a lot of new celebrities: Ibadan Big Boy, Port Harcourt Big Boy, Abuja Big Boy, and people are like, oh, really? So because we believe that every city must have its own big players, really, those who are making waves in fashion, making waves in IT, making waves in oil and gas, making waves in everything. So all we would do was to go into a new place, a new terrain, look at who are those making waves there, write about them, and that was how the market started growing. And people started asking for the magazine in all the various sectors of society, and we decided from the second year to go national. Initially, it was meant to be just Lagos and the southwest area, but after a while, some of members of our team were like, why can't we do Port Harcourt, why can't we do Kano? We became very ambitious and said, why can't we do Kaduna? So we actually started off, I think after the fourth year, to launch City People in all the major cities in Nigeria. We launched in Kano, we launched in Kaduna, we launched in Port Harcourt. It was very expensive and very crazy at that time because people were like, what are these guys going after? But we were more interested in the market because we believe that if we launch city people in all these areas. It will help the sale of the publication and all of that. So we concentrated on all the cities, and at least the major cities. Our plan was that if we can capture the major cities, we can then take a look at the next phase, which will just be the growing towns and all that. But that has really helped us. It's an annual event. Along the line, we decided to introduce awards because we believe that more than any other sector of society, we are best positioned to be able to identify those who are making waves in all the sectors, because we report them every week and we know them, and we believe that we can also get our readers to participate in choosing and selecting who the team fits to. So we have these annual awards that we do to look at all the various areas that we have in society, and we also have awards for fashion sector, and we also have entertainment awards. So we actually have 3 major awards. The normal City People Awards that encompasses everything. Then we have City People Entertainment Awards that deals with the showbiz and the comedy industry. We look at that industry and we give out awards to those who are deserving of them. Then we also have Fashion and Beauty Awards. We look at those 2 sectors too. And apart from that, we also from time to time often recognize people. We just do one-off events. If we think somebody deserves to be celebrated, we celebrate. Because at the initial stage, we had people criticize the soft sell industry, that you guys just look for negatives and mess people up. And we felt, okay, fine. If that's the perception, why don't we also look at people who are doing well? And so we started doing that, and that in a way really helped, because we were able to throw up people who are like role models and people who are doing well in society, and we celebrate them. The late Delegiwa and Ruepu. Newswork for me was it, because I never thought that you could have journalists leave off practicing journalism, and that you could also have young people. Because at that point, I was looking at what can I do for. I was either going to be a lecturer. I wanted to be a lecturer. I also wanted to study law, to go back and study law, and the third option was journalism. And for me, I was like, okay, fine. What are the possibilities in journalism? And of course, at that time, as I was about to leave school, Newswork came on board. Came on board in 1985, and I saw young people come together, float a magazine, and they were actually the group that changed the perception that young people can come into the media and practice what they know how best to do and make money off it. Yeah. Major challenge is how to strengthen the other publications. We actually have 4 publications. We have City People Weekly. We have 2 fashion magazines, Today's Fashion and Style Digest. We're trying to strengthen those ones, and also a glossy edition called City People Quarterly. So these are publications that address different sectors of society, and we are trying to strengthen the magazines to let them stand on their own and contribute to the group. Everything is, they're all part of a whole. So and since everything is also done here, I believe that it's something we can, and of course I have people who handle these areas. All I just do is just to supervise and just make sure that certain things, and if I have ideas, I pass it on to them in terms of notes, in terms of ideas, and they go ahead and implement. And it's all part of what we do. It's not as if it's separate. We do fashion every week, we do everything, but we also realize that we need publications to actually do a lot more on this area. So that's why we have separate magazines catering to this setting. It has changed a bit. We've become a lot more trendy. Well, because the sector you belong to, you need to be trendy. You need to change with the times that we're in. And so we always reflect how do you put it now? Reflect the season and the period that we're representing. So we've become a lot more trendy, a lot more. We're also very youth-driven, as it were, because the young ones are like our biggest readers and customers. So because of that, we do a lot more to reflect what the younger folks are doing and all that. I relax as I walk. I take what I do not as work. I take what I do as like a hobby, really. I don't that's why for me I don't really have a working a time frame in terms of my working schedule. I come in at times I could stay overnight, I could close early, I could close late. For me, it's something I just do I have a passion for it. So because of that, I don't control myself. I don't have a working a time frame for me to work and all that. So along the line, if I have the opportunity to sit down and relax, I do. If I have an opportunity to travel, I do. Especially, but everything must be work related. I will find it difficult to be able to create like a whole day or 2 days. It's okay, fine. I just want to pamper myself and relax. Because my mind will not be at rest. I'll be thinking, oh, I'm losing out somewhere. Certain things are happening I'm not aware of and all that. But if I'm going on an assignment or I'm going in pursuit of a story, I also try to fit my relaxation into that. In which case, maybe if I finish what I'm going to do early, I could take time off and just chill in that environment with people there. And anytime I'm out of Lagos, actually, I feel more relaxed because Lagos can be very choky and very puts you under pressure. But anytime I leave Lagos, either by road or by air travel and all that, once I'm out of Lagos, the pressure comes down almost 50%, and the remaining is just for me to blend into the environment I'm going into and just discover the new things that exist there.
Watch events, exclusive interviews, box office, hot gists, and gossips. Catch your favorite stars on the red carpet on Hitz. Showing Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. on this station. Hitz, Spectrum of Entertainment.